Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. What do you say? What do you say?
Okay.
Okay.
You got it.
I got it.
My people for real.
Carol, Daniel, and Bo Matthews with
God.
you. And all this week, because of Major League Baseball, we thought, they have an all-star game. We're just going to do St. Louis All-Stars. That's what we're going to do.
And we're working on some.
And we are, yes. And so tomorrow we have Karen Foss.
Oh, my God.
Friday, Zipper Zappa. Remember that name.
Huge.
Today, he kicks us off. He is known as the King of Hospitality. Mr. Gary is in studio. And if you are not on our Facebook page right now, you should get on our Facebook page right now so you can see this man and his crown and his scepter right here in studio. Adela Jones says, long time no see, Mr. Gary.
Hey, what's going on? What do you say? What's up, Azella girl? You must be my people. First of all, I am so glad to be here. Only got one problem, because when I was reaching out and talking with you all, right, I'm like, who is the all-star that you all want me to bring? I didn't know if you wanted to bring my bag of tricks or bring some people that I knew. And then y'all talking about, it's you, Mr. Gary. So, hey, it must be me.
It is you. It is you. Anybody rolling around the city with a scepter is an all-star in my mind.
And a hat like that.
Yes.
Oh, my God. First of all, hold up.
It's not a hat.
Put some respect up in it. This is a crown, sir. This is not a hat, and this is a scepter.
Headwear. And he brought me headwear. But no, there's two people in this town that can walk around with something unique on top of their head.
Okay.
Johnny Rabbit and you.
Well, what about the Pope when he comes? Can he walk around with something on top of his head?
He can.
But he's not from here.
He's not from here. Then I'll take it to
So this show is Them Your People. We record it.
Okay. Wow. Thank you.
Tell me how and why you decided to have a show such as that and what it is about.
Well, my background is hospitality. Really, it is. And I used to be the assistant general manager of the Millennium, Regal Riverfront, Clarion, depending upon who you want to talk to and how old they are. And so I was always that person that we were the headquarters hotel, and people were coming in and they would utilize us. And so everybody was like, well, what is this convention about? So if it was the AKAs, the Church of God in Christ, the Baptist Convention, whatever, we were headquarters hotel, so everyone was kind of staying there. So the news would always just kind of say, so what's going on, what's happening, or what's going on this week or so. And so when I left that part of the business and stepped out to be a meeting professional and set up national conventions all over the world, then it was just that calling that was just like, but we really need to get back to this thing called hospitality. And so the rest came out to be hey, listen, we're looking at doing this show, and you could do good for 2 or 3 minutes a week to call in, tell us what's going on. And they did the testing and sent it all over where the network picks it up at. And they said, we got good news and bad news. I said, we're going to give me the bad news first. They said, the bad news, it didn't go like we wanted it to go. I said, okay, so I got ready to get my stuff and let's go and get up out of here.
Going to go sell shoes down at the department store.
Go back over there and not quit my day job and go back to that front desk and try to be a bellman. That's what I tried to do.
And you'll be the best one ever.
Be the best one ever in the spirit of hospitality. And they said, you need your own show, Mr.
That
Gary.
was the good news.
What? That was the good news. And so the rest is just kind of history. It's just been about spreading good hospitality, spreading love, and celebrating St. Louis. And that's just, if they don't hear anything else, I want people to celebrate St. Louis.
When I first heard about the show, and I've known you for over 20 years, when I first heard about the show, I thought that you would, in a loving way, show us in our intriguing behavior around St. Louis. Them Your People might think that you're going to show up and say, look at this ridiculousness right here. But that is not what is happening.
Because you know what? Because the people don't need nobody else to show them how ridiculous they are. You think I'm playing, just tell them to pull up their phone and all they on Snapchat, Facebook, and all that. We need somebody to show people who's getting it right. So we try to tell everybody, they say, we got these ratchet people. I say, is that your mama? Is that your sister you talking about? Because them is your people, right? I want to highlight the good stuff, and we are the good stuff, so we don't try to do anything else but that.
I like that because, I was at a family reunion back in August up in Minnesota, and I have an Uncle Dave, but I've always referred to him as my weird Uncle Dave.
Okay.
Everybody's got a weird uncle in their family.
Everybody.
We don't want to highlight that. Tell me about something good going on, right?
But you know what? But we still love them. And
of course.
I don't know anyone who does not have that story of Pookie and Ray Ray who went to jail all the time. Pookie and Ray Ray stay up in the jailhouse. But I tell you what, we go to school, we do what we do, and we try to stay away from those people. But you let Big Mama get on her deathbed. And Big Mama won't talk to nobody. Big Mama's just ready to check up out of here. But when you bring Pookie and Ray Ray and Uncle Dave, she's waking up, she's smiling, because that's the one that you all never got or never understood. That's the one I had to show the most love to. So that's what the whole thing is. So when we look and point fingers at everybody, all they're saying is them your people, and we all got people. So it doesn't make a difference if they are in jail. It don't make a difference if it's that cousin who went to college and now she on the radio like Carol Daniels and she got all brand new, which I stop it, girl. We knew you when you couldn't even talk.
I'm living it. I'm living it, Mr. Gray.
So they're my people. We all got our people.
So we were talking about meeting celebrities, goods and bads. Tell me in your experience, because as I just learned about you, Mr. Gary, is that you have met David Letterman. Would you say he is a pinnacle of who you've met, or and was it a good experience? But we're talking about good and bad experiences.
Yeah, I would say that David Letterman is the pinnacle, just because everybody, in a sense, and don't get this wrong, and I love St. Louis, but there were a lot of people who I did the conventions with and conventions for, and I would say, I got this show and I'd like you to be on it, and I'm not going to call none of the bishops out. I'm not calling out none of the clergy, because y'all know who y'all are.
Not one
and
of
he
them.
said, oh, no, I can't be on there. No, my membership wouldn't want to have me on a show called Them Your People. Oh, no, I can't do that. Them same ones now, they ringing the phone off the hook. Look, Mr. Gary, attendance is low at the church. We open back up.
Right.
Can you come on over? Can you interview the bishop? Can you let them know that the pastor's annual day is coming? But David Letterman was that interview that opened the door, that the next day the phone started ringing off the hook from everybody from Channel 4, Channel 5, CNN. How did you get that interview? And I gotta say thank you to Jackie Joyner Kersey, because Jackie Joyner Kersey was at Bommarito 500, and she was the chairperson of the weekend. And she came up and tapped me on my shoulder, and she was just like, hey, someone wants to meet you, Mr. Gary. Can you come with me? And you know how it is at this press stuff.
Right.
They tell you, hey, listen, you don't go past this line.
Right.
You don't do this.
Don't look him in the eye.
You've got 5 minutes.
Because
right.
he is here, and he's not doing press at all.
And
right?
he had not, since he'd retired,
That's
he had
exactly
not
right.
done any press.
Yeah.
So Jackie Joyner Kersey comes and taps you on the shoulder.
She's like, okay, follow me, and I'm walking, right? And I'm like,
Do you know where you're going? Do you know who?
I think I'm going out the gate, y'all, because I'm all up in the stands. I got the magic stuff. What's up, y'all? What's up? Did you get it, your people?
You think you're being booted.
Ooh, y'all. Ooh. Next thing I know, we walk up, and it's this guy standing there, right? And he turns around, and it's the bearded David Letterman, was looking like Santa Claus.
Did they have to tell you who it was?
No, they didn't have to tell me who it was. So he looked me up and down, and he said, just like who are you? And I'm looking, but while he's doing this on the big screen at the Bommarito 500 at the Worldwide Technology Track, everybody's watching this go down.
Oh.
And so I said, I'm the king of hospitality. Hi, welcome to the city. And he was like, what do you do? I said, I just spread the good news. I'm the king that goes around and da-da-da and talks to everybody. He said, well, I figured you did something, because I'm out here and everybody's kind of looking at you. He said, well, do you want to interview me?
He said that.
He said, do you want to interview me? So, but here was the problem. Now, remember, you're in your mind thinking, I got this far. And these people already told me, don't cross that line and da-da-da. And so I just looked at my team. I said, roll tape. And we rolled tape, baby. And we started talking about him being from Indianapolis, Long Donuts, and him talking about, he said, I love St. Louis. So if ever you get the chance to go back and look at the interview, he's talking about St. Louis. I love St. Louis. I've always loved coming to St. Louis. And we just talk about him. And a lot of people don't know, David Letterman does a lot of philanthropic work.
Sure.
He does it. And we talked about that some. And I told him, you look like Santa Claus. And I said, and this is what stuck with me. I said, David, what can you tell us is who are your people? He said, there's not one person that's not my people. And if you can just always do something for others, then you'll be successful. And that was it. Next thing I know, we got ready to leave. He said, hey, wait a minute. He gives me his card. He said, you keep in contact because you, my friend, are on your way. I'll see you in Hollywood. I said, well, okay. Can I bring somebody with me when I come?
Hold on. So don't answer the question whether you called that number or not on the card.
Don't answer.
Let's take a quick break here and more.
And what we are doing, to remind you, I'm getting text messages. Nate Dixon said,
Oh, my God. What's up, Nasty?
I love Mr. Gary. He's our director of sales, vice president of sales.
Oh, my God. Nate, what's going on? Been knowing Nate for years. Nate opened up doors for me with the concert, and I'm all down there jamming with Frankie Beverly and Mays and everything. And I said, Nate, thank you. He said, I'm your people, Mr. Gary. So shout out to Nate and his family.
We are kicking off Major League Baseball. They're doing what they're doing. I know they're having All-Star Week, but what we are doing right here on KMOX on St. Louis Talks, St. Louis All-Stars, and we're kicking it off. Take a quick break, come back with more with our St. Louis All-Star, Mr. Gary, on St. Louis Talks. We are so grateful as we kick off our St. Louis All-Star Week. Tomorrow, Karen Foss joins us, and Friday, Zipper Zeppa, and there are a couple of surprises coming for This was a surprise.
Oh, my God. Well, Zipper Zeppa. Everybody knows Zip, right?
Yeah.
Karen Foss. Oh, my God.
I can't wait to talk to Karen tomorrow.
I'm just a fan, but I'm a fan of you guys. This feels so good to just be here with you. Carol, we've been rocking for years with you.
Long time.
That voice. And so you got this thing on down pack on. I mean, and so I want to send a shout out right now to anybody who is waking up and who don't get these people and who say, what, that voice, so I'm not sure about this show or whatever. This is it, you all. Y'all got a good. And
Gary's talking to Anita White.
Anita, what's up, girl? You must be my people, girl. I heard that you like to comment on the show and tell them what they need to do. Them your people. That's how your people
That's
operate.
How your people roll, isn't it? That is it.
But congratulations on the new show, you guys.
Thank you.
It is still
This
new.
is wonderful. It's so different from the other show.
It is.
Them your people, y'all.
Hey, mad respect for a legend, but Anita says, I sure wish
We're not
Kmox.
going to read that,
You want me to read it?
Not the whole thing, but yeah.
Well, I would just say.
She thinks we're boring.
You guys need to do something else because this is patently boring.
Have you ever been called boring, Gary?
Yeah, I have been called boring. But
Really?
Then
I'm
they
shocked
just did
by that.
Because they did it for the shock factor.
Then you gotta
nothing boring about me, baby. Nothing. Because you know what? In the words of our own Betty Thompson,
Yes.
who died yesterday.
Yes.
State representative, legislator, civil rights activist, her motto was always to get up, wake up, dress up, pay up, and if you can't do all that, just shut up.
Wow.
That's what Betty Thompson said.
Yes.
So,
I like that.
I know to whom much is given, much is required.
My favorite
That's
scripture.
the scripture. I live it by,
Yes.
do it by. And I'm just blessed to be able to do what I do. So I just know I get so many people who go on and talk about the difference I've made in their life. So many people tell me, my mother watch you, or my grandmother watch you. Well, how come you don't watch me? Sit down with your mama.
And
Sit down.
you are focusing on small businesses that maybe they couldn't afford to buy commercials here on KMOX, but maybe they can. But you have really highlighted so many people doing so many things. What are some of your favorites?
The walks, always the Susan G. Komen walk, always the Alzheimer's.
You were at America's Birthday Parade. You were in that.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some reality checkup in it.
Okay.
That was the game changer right there, because here we go. We're coming out of COVID.
We're waking up.
Right? And it's just like, what can I do? I got to be there. I got to be a part of it. So, I get down there, and they're just like, they got a well-oiled machine. And it's just like, you just can't show up and pass out lollipops and candy canes. You got to say, can I do this? It was like, well, maybe next year, right? And then all of a sudden, the director, they come like, Mr. Gary, what are you doing here? Because I went where they put the floats together, right? Because I knew what an undisclosed location. I'm your people, baby. I got people. Out there. Y'all know I do, and I thank y'all very much. Okay? And they said, come on, be a part of, and you get out there, and just the energy to see young kids, grandparents, just the people coming together, because it was just not just a celebration of independence. It was a celebration of life. We made it. We're making it through it. So I just somehow ended up in front of the float with the New Orleans band. And if you remember what the Rice Aroni commercial was, with the lady running out there and just going in front of the double-decker bus, I was in front of that double-decker bus just with my scepter high.
You had a blast.
Down for what, baby? Oh my God, it was just like we are here. And
Ryan Recker, who is on vacation.
oh my God, Ryan, they're my people. Girl.
Let me tell you.
Oh,
So
my God.
I don't know who said when we were thinking of names, whether it was me or Ryan. It was one of the two of us.
Okay.
Ryan Recker said, "Oh, we've got to have Mr. Gary."
Wow.
And
Wow.
he is disappointed and said these words. "I'm so sad I'm not going to be here to talk to him."
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'd say that.
what is it about you and Ryan Recker? One would not imagine
Well, you know what? I know,
that you and Ryan Recker would be
because you know
buds.
what, Carol? Because that's just what it is. If we just get out of our comfort zones and we will find out everybody's our people, we're connected some way, and it may be in the thoughts, it may be in college. I got to be able to send a shout out right now to everybody in Mizzouland,
ZOU.
baby, yes. So, U City, the whole thing is, what high school did you go to? U City High, right? And so then you end up and people will tell you the story, well, I used to be in U City years ago, or when U City was Jewish, predominantly Jewish. People don't remember that, right? But those who are from U City, we really do know. So it's just that whole thing. And
So you and Ryan connected like
yeah,
that.
we connected. Oh my God. And that was it. And
You were on his show when he was doing overnights. Yeah.
Right, and that's what it was. It was just that. And then he had me back on the show again. And we just did what we're doing right now. We're just having some radio fun, because we've been through so much. And people need to just sit down. And the reason why it's not happening, because we got away from home training. See, you got some heathens out there. You got some
come on, Gary.
heathens
Come on, Mr.
out
Gary.
there, and they're failing to realize that they're representing their families when they walk out the door. Well, guess what? You got to remember, that's what they learned at home.
Absolutely.
So everybody's asking, what can we do to make it better? It starts at home. And I know people going to get mad. I don't care if y'all blow up Kmox right now with the phone, because you know what's going to end up happening, because I get the lead. But they need to get a switch, and they need to get some scepters, and they need to start tapping them. Tap, tap, tap.
It is our job to raise our kids.
Gotta raise
it
them.
is our job.
Home training.
There you go.
A buddy of mine owns a business for many years, and he says you teach them what you allow.
That's exactly right. That's right.
Where can they see them, your people?
Well, it depends on which state they're living in. I mean, if you're living in state of Missouri, you can catch me on 12. The first is 12 o'clock. That's the big spot at night on Sundays, right? Or now we come on prime time. So we come on at 5:30 after the ABC Nightly News, right? If you're in Columbia, Missouri, you can text me on Fox 22 for mid-Missouri, Columbia, and Jeff City. You might be down in the Boot Hill, and you can catch me on Fox 23 there. Or you might be in Memphis. You might be in Kansas City. You might be in Chicago.
Wow.
We blew up.
But everybody can get you on YouTube.
Everybody can get me on the YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Televised in 8 states.
And if you want to see, because I just learned this, if you want to see who is legit, Mr. Gary is legit. If you go to Siri or Alexa and say, "Who is the king of hospitality?"
Bam! Hold up. Wait a minute. Put some Mr. Gary up in it. Hey!
How do you end your interviews? We have 20 seconds.
Oh, I end my interviews by saying this. Thank you all so much. We want to make sure that everybody understands that you have a responsibility to let your light shine. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm your people. Come get your people. Okay? Okay.
That is it right there.
Classic.
What a way to kick off St. Louis All-Stars
Royalty.
on KMOX with royalty. Mr. Gary in studio. Definitely find him on YouTube. Start there or go to themyourpeople.com. That's how you find him as well. Thank you for joining us, my friend.
No, thank you all for having me. You all keep listening to this fine station and listen to your people. And all you haters, stop hating.